お帰りなさいませ。
So, Vivy episode 6 is a lot more action-packed than I believe episode 5 was. Episode 5 was our build-up to all the action. This is quite an interesting episode. A little, I won't say funny is the word, because there's an analysis I can go into with the doctor himself, but I will laugh at the fact that the doctor married the nurse android that was a substitute, more likely than not, mother for him, while he was younger, and then he just realized, he was like, you know what, I've been living around this MILF bot all my life, I'm gonna go back and marry her. That's basically what happened. I'm just gonna it's a very simplification of him having somebody who was close to him during the trauma, and then he got older and realized he felt like he had feelings for her. However, I still find it funny. She does sing the opening song, which takes us to the opening. I was hoping they would just transition over to it, but they start the opening over. So it's like, oh, okay. All right. So we get back to the terrorist guy being rescued as Vivy wakes him up, and he's like, well, what? Why the freak are you doing this? Aren't you supposed to be singing? You're the Diva bot. And he's like, oh, you must be just like Elizabeth. A bust. And then Vivy's like, wait, you mean Elizabeth? You were her owner? She was not a bust. So now we're kind of getting a little bit of rebuttal to humans there, but I don't think that's too out of character. I think that still kind of fits. So also as well, Matsumoto points out the fact that it might be better just to take them all out now, for the fact that if some AI have killed people now, that might go in major news poorly. But they don't really sit on that one for too long. It seems like that one's going to kind of go under the radar, because more likely than not, the terrorists are not supposed to be there trying to take down an island, and vice versa. So, we already knew that Grace is one of the sisters of Vivy, but we didn't realize how that would affect her specifically. As we later learn, because we're not sure why the doctor is currently in a situation, or why he's so stressed out by the island, we figure out because Grace is put into the island as its new mother computer. Also, one thing I skipped over, the terrorist dude does help Vivy as she goes to shut down the island. He shoots one of the robots holding her after he has a flashback about playing the piano, I'm assuming with an AI. So we'll probably get some more on that. But yes, back to Grace. So now she is the mother computer. The reason why she's the mother computer is because Estella did so well at protecting Sunrise. Because she was such a phenomenal AI and she was one of the sisters, the sister bots are now being looked at differently. They now have more value, which again went with my whole theory before about Vivy having to go back and killing all the sisters. For some reason, is it to make them martyrs, and that would make a more superior sister eventually? Are we trying to make a super version of Vivy, which seems a little strange because she already seems pretty broken already. The doctor talks to Vivy about having a new mission, and how even right now, this isn't your current mission. Couldn't you picture having a new mission, like Grace is forced to? And Matsumoto looks at Vivy a little suspiciously, and it makes me wonder, is this his whole goal? Because he is a virus. Is he giving her a new mission to take care of? After Grace's song is played to Vivy, because he tries to say, oh, this is her song. She loved your song. Look, she's still reaching out to me. She's still trying to bring me to you. Bring me to her. Vivy points out the fact that, no, it's just a tone file after Matsumoto says to her, does that really sound like she's singing to you? Because that does not sound like she's singing to me. It just sounds like it's a track being played. He's like, no, that's just her tone audio. I'm going to go take her down. The doctor's like, wait, no, don't do it. Go substitute wife bot whose body I'm gonna put Grace's data in. Go and get her. And then Vivy literally just grabs her with one arm and breaks her neck, slamming it on the ground. So, yeah, there goes your spare. Your whole mission for coming here is ruined. I don't know why you would throw the spare out first. Maybe next time be a G and shoot the gun you have in your hand. Things about this guy kind of annoyed me. I understand where they're going with this character, but, oh my gosh. It was like when he proposed to her, and he heard the news about the sister bots, which makes sense why he was shocked. But then he drops the ring on the ground, so he just didn't give her the ring at any time. He was just like, oh no, Grace, they're coming to get you. Here, don't have a sentiment of, our love and something that would maybe make you feel happy before you have to go into your mission or your new mission. No, let me just drop it in the water with no care. I know it's really dumb. It just made me really mad. We get like an action chase scene. Vivy is now talking to Matsumoto about like, are you sure you want to do this? She's like, yeah. Matsumoto makes himself into like a giant light bike from Tron. That's what I'm gonna call it, the light bike from Tron. Looks nothing like the light bike from Tron, but it has the trails. And they fly all the way over to the mother's, what do you call them? The tower that would hold the mother computer, or Grace now. I guess I could just say Grace. That's holding Grace. After that, we get like a ton of action, tons of robots flying at her, tons of drones, robots falling off the building to explode and try to take her bike out. We're hearing the opening song, which was really nice. It was a really nice change of pace. I believe it's also being watched by the doctor himself. I think it's Dr. Psyche. After that, they fly in, they break into the wall, they fly back all the way up to the top of the tower, and then the doctor lets them know eventually where Grace more likely would be at because they can't find her. Also, my little buddy blew up, man. They blew up M205. I wrote your name down again, M205. You were the man. They blew him up again. Freaking again. Now, that just means he didn't blow up the first time and I was wrong originally and it was another set of robots. But now he blew up. Now he's dead. So we can all still mourn M205. So after that, the doctor gives him the location. Vivy kind of goes Super Saiyan, jumps straight at her sister and punches her in the chest. She says absolutely nothing. And then Vivy shows up to the doctor later on after all that is done, apologizing after the island's already shut down, and saying that she wants him to have and find happiness regardless, since he was able to love an AI. Ironically, so here's a really fun in-depth part. As she turns away to walk, to go on to her day because she doesn't feel like she's had anything else, but she's at least happy that the mission is done, he shoots himself. And that causes Vivy to trip out because she just caused somebody to not have happiness, to have despair, and to choose to kill himself instead of living on in the world to maybe hear her song eventually. What we get here is a nice look at the AI goal versus a human dream, right? Or I guess the programming to a goal. So Vivy and other AI are still forced, in a sense, to complete a task. What I feel gives them better sentience, or at least writing-wise with sentience, is the fact that they can approach these tasks in different ways. I made the analogy to humans needing to get food and water in order to survive. We have tasks we must do in order to survive, but we can make so many alternate routes and ways to get there that you could almost call that in a form that we're not so adherent to the rules of needing to eat and drink that we can't express ourselves in other ways, but we still have a task we need to do. When Vivy tells him that he should be able to find a new mission or be able to find new love, what she's essentially telling him is to change his mission, to change his programming, which is something humans are able to do. You are able at any time to switch all your goals, even if it makes no sense. I draw, but tomorrow I can say I'm never drawing again. I'm becoming a musician. And nothing would stop me from doing that. Unlike Vivy, who would still have to fill out the process of singing. That, for her, is her food and water. It must be done. So, for Vivy to now watch someone not only destroy their programming, but in a sense destroy hers, we're left in this weird place of, one, how does her programming handle this? Will it just auto-correct itself? Is she forced to ponder these decisions? Like, how does this work past this, right? Because she is still an AI. And for us, a deeper look at yourself on what your goals is or what your mission is and how similar we could be to AI ourselves. I mean, we're essentially just meat AI. We're just stuck in a body. So one thing I really like with this anime is they really try to show their subtleties between what makes a human and what makes a robot, and from robots, what makes AI sentient or non-sentient. They really try to focus in on it, and I really, really enjoy it. I'm not sure there's anything else I wanted to add to this episode. I guess with the romance-wise for this, I'd say it's a bit like I was a bit we didn't really get much in the sense of, like, because, like, I know on the King Anime podcast, See Tactics, and then we were talking about it beforehand, so I was keeping it in mind when I was thinking about this, whether or not I felt like the romance was earned, in a sense. And I can't say I completely feel it. I like the end part of it. I like where it led off to, but the romance itself, I don't really know about that one, man. I don't know if I felt like it was complete waifu bot, because they didn't go full, like, weeaboo on it. Like, had they gone full weeaboo, then yeah, it would have been waifu bot. It just felt like it was still somebody he just looked up to and wanted to be in a relationship with. But then at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, this is also her programming. But I would wager the factor, as I already said beforehand, your programming does not essentially make you one-dimensional. Your programming still allows you to make different choices as long as it reaches the goal. The thing with AIs now is their goal is their food and water, essentially, is the way I would think about it. So you can get water by going to the store. You can get water from drinking from the tap. You can get water from going like down to the shore and getting one of those. I guess it'd just still be like it would be like going to the store. There's a lot of different ways to get water. You could boil it from a river. You are still able to make the choice as long as you fulfill the goal. So I'm going to keep it at that. I think that's fine. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Without a timer, I didn't go too crazy, but 11 minutes is still a freaking long time. Hopefully you enjoy these podcast styles. If there's any shows you want me to watch, let me know. I'm currently trying to watch Slime. I'm not the happiest about Slime currently. Oh, there's like very small good parts. I feel like the rest of it's going to be a rant. People told me season 2 is where it gets better. So I'm holding out hope. And have a good one. I appreciate you guys. Lightning Brigade, Baka Brigade, out.